Hey guys, hi. So I'm at the Pottery studio, as you can probably guess. I'm looking very much like a potter with my full crazy beard, but today's assignment was to make a textured, faceted bowl or vessel of some kind. And so that, doesn't it give you hives? It's so ugly. It's awful. So you're supposed to throw a thick cylinder, carve into it, and then push from the inside as it's spinning on the wheel to expand it and create some volume. And everyone's like, oh my God, Steven, I love that bowl. It's so great. And I'm like, it makes me nauseous. I hate it so much. But I followed the assignment, so that's all that matters. So over here, oops, sorry, is that teapot that I have been working on. And I'm not sure if I showed you the lid. His teeth. That's the lid. And so it looks like a pretty sophisticated teapot until you lift off the lid, then it's teeth. I love the handle particularly. And this is that lantern I was making. You can see that. I just underglazed the inside to reflect more light when there's a candle in there, and I underglazed that with black and white, and then I'm going to put translucent smoke glaze over that to see if the white and the black, whatever, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's the progress so far on the pottery. Well, there was a fatality in the kiln, 2 pieces, and it cracked here as well, but something I'm happy with. I really love the color. That's called Wedgwood. I'll use that again. And I'm pleased with the throwing and trimming. You can see it's very, very even, and so I'm pretty happy with that. So it's a success. How pretty are these flowers? This tree is flowering. Let's see if it's foretelling a fruitful visit to Goodwill. Well, hey guys, it looks like I have enough stuff in my car to do another Goodwill haul video. No, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem. I might have a problem. Hey guys, how are ya? Better. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Steven. I don't think I said hi to you guys earlier today. I had meant to film more about my day today, but Las Vegas is trying to kill me. So I'll tell you about that in a sec. So I woke up this morning. I hung out with the cats, gave them treats. That was about 6 a.m. They wake me up about 6 o'clock in the morning every morning to get their treats. Then we all collapse back in bed, of course. Went to my pottery studio class today, and that was kind of a mixed bag. I only had one piece that was in the process of being glazed and fired, and it broke in the kiln for some reason. I don't know why. You never really can figure out these things, but it broke in 2 places. The silver lining is that I was able to do sort of a mini autopsy. That's probably not the appropriate word, but I was able to sort of look at the way the bowl was thrown in cross-section. I think I filmed it, but I have to say I was very, very proud of myself in terms of how thin the bowl was thrown, how evenly it was. I trimmed it, of course, but it was a perfect even bowl across. So I was really pleased with myself on that. And while I wasn't a fan of the glaze that I put on the bottom of the pot, the glaze on the most important part, which is the face of the bowl, was gorgeous. I think it was called Wedgwood or something like that by Spectrum. So I'll use that glaze again in the future. It was beautiful. So I learned a lot from the bowl. It died, but it gave me a lot of good information. So there's that. I did go to Goodwill because it has become a hobby and a habit. I've sold 3 pieces so far. The bookends, the piggy bank to one of you guys, and what else did I sell? The music box, if you remember those pieces. Those have sold. I have like 30 something other pieces and more to be listed. So it's become kind of a hobby / I don't know, obsession. So I did go to Goodwill. I have to do another Goodwill haul video sometime soon because I've got another pile of things to show you. I'm very excited about. What else? This trip, did I tell you what's going on this trip? It's going to be a very short trip. and I suspect a shorter video than normal. So I'm flying to Newark tonight on a red-eye, and then I am going to have 13 hours in Newark, and then I'm deadheading back to base, one leg on American. Ta-da! I was supposed to have a 31-hour layover and then work 2 or 3 legs back. It wasn't going to be an easy day. 2 or 3 legs back to Las Vegas on day 3. But if you remember where I got stuck in Baltimore a couple weeks ago, they took one of my days off. So they restored it. It's called a day of restoration, a DOR. So I've applied it to the last day of this trip to get me back home by midnight. Forgive me if I lose you. They have to get me back home by midnight the day before. So they're flying me back home on an American flight. I should be back here by 10 or something tomorrow night. So it's going to be a super, super short trip. And that's it so far. So let me get into the airport. I got here wicked early so I could check my P.O. box and get a bite to eat before I check in. I did not charge my work device, which is like a crime. So I had to get in there early, call our SOD, our supervisor on duty, and get what's called a hot spare, so I can get a working device in order to work this trip. So I have about an hour and 20 minutes before I have to check in. So I will see you guys at the airport, on the plane or in Newark. All right, toodaloo. Hey guys, all right, so I did get to the airport super duper early because I had to get a loaner device. I did not charge my device. I totally forgot to. So I have a new device for the trip, and also I wanted to grab a bite to eat. So I went to Moe's, got a little burrito bowl. I think I said earlier that Las Vegas is trying to kill me. It's very true. Every plant in Las Vegas blossoms or has a flower, and they're all malicious and want you dead with pollen and all that. My allergies are awful. Awful, awful, awful. So I'm actually looking forward to going to Newark, because I don't think they're in spring yet, but we'll see. So I'm gonna settle in, eat my dinner, and I will see you probably in Newark. Well, our flight is delayed like 2 hours. Everything is closed except for Wendy's. Thank God they have coffee. Going back through KCM, randomed, whatever. Oh, hey guys. Oh, that flight was brutal. That was just brutal. It was a struggle to stay awake, but had a really nice crew. Our passengers were fantastic. The shuttle was pretty quick in getting to pick us up. Oh, it's too cold. 65 degrees. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm going to change that in a moment. I'm going to eat my breakfast and then jump in bed. I can sleep for about 6 hours, and then I have to get ready to head back into Las Vegas. So I will see you later. Hey guys, so it's about 10 past 5 in the afternoon, and I'm down here a little early for the shuttle. It's been recommended that you get down here early, like wicked early, because they don't do a separate crew shuttle. They do a shuttle for, I'm like watching out for the shuttle. They do a shuttle for the hotel guests and crew. And if the shuttle's full, you take another one. So, yes, I'm just being very, very wary, because there's probably 15 hotel guests who are like also eyeing that same shuttle. I don't think there's room for everybody, so I'm going to be a little more aggressive in my securing of a seat. So I only have one bag, so it'll be easy. So I will see you next at the airport. All right, guys. Hi. So I did get on the shuttle. I'm glad I went down there early. I was the first on, and all seats were taken, so I'm glad I went down there early. I realized on the way here that American leaves out of Terminal A. We fly out of Terminal B. I had never gone through KCM, I don't think, in Terminal A before, so it was kind of a hustle trying to find KCM. Of course, I got randomly selected for additional search, of course. And then I get in here, and all the information I have for my flight is that I'm flying on American, and that my report time. So I look around for a departures board. I finally find one. It says my flight to Vegas has departed a couple hours ago. I'm like, what? So I find an American agent who told me, no, we don't fly there directly from Newark. And so, yeah, you're not booked on a flight. I'm like, well, you know, I know that you know what you're talking about because you work for America and I don't. But all the information I have says that my check-in is at 6:28 or something for an American flight. So she goes, no, we don't fly to Vegas. I'm like, wow, maybe you're out of JFK, she said. I'm like, oh, please God, no. So she goes, oh, well, maybe you are flying with JetBlue. I'm like, why? I am not aware of the alliance or the elite or whatever it is between American and JetBlue. So if a passenger buys a ticket on JetBlue, they might fly American and vice versa. That's what I'm learning. So I did find a gate agent with JetBlue. My growing fear was that I was in the wrong terminal. But thankfully I found a very helpful JetBlue gate agent who looked for me and couldn't find me, of course. And now I'm getting all stressed. I have my confirmation number because I called crew scheduling twice by now. And that confirmation number came in handy, and he did find me. So, you know, I have to admit, and I hate to admit, that I sometimes lack patience. I'm sorry. I sometimes lack patience with passengers when they can't find baggage claim or an exit or their gate. Because it's like, well, the signs are everywhere. Well, today, I kind of got a taste of what it's like to be a passenger and not know where I'm going. So it was very sort of enlightening. But so now I'm going to be heading out of gate A37 in a little while. And I just paid $13 for a Cuban sandwich, which was pretty good. But I'm just looking forward to getting home. This has been a little bit of stress, but now it's over. I have a boarding pass. I'm good to go. I will be sitting in a window seat, so I'm hoping to be able to film something when I'm leaving. There you go. So I'll see you next on the airplane or in Las Vegas. All right? Have fun. Hey, guys. All right. So, you know I need to trim my beard when I can twirl it. Yeah, I need to trim my beard. I know you're thinking that. So I'm sitting here waiting for boarding to start, and I just witnessed something rather unfortunate. The flight that's boarding now. There was a flight attendant with... Hey guys, alright, so aborted boarding. One passenger mistook another gate for boarding, and then everyone sort of swarmed this gate. But so I just witnessed something rather unfortunate. Is this flight attendant who was hanging out over by the gate here where I am, statuesque, gorgeous woman. She's wearing this, their like fake wrap dress, which is so flattering. She was hanging out over here on the phone talking, waiting for her flight, you know, to work her flight. And I overheard a couple announcements over the PA system. Gate agents, and this is like the most frustrating thing you'll ever hear as a flight attendant, when gate agents will say to the passengers, sorry for the delay, but we're waiting for a flight attendant. Now, the passengers don't know why the flight attendant's running late. That flight attendant might be jumping off another flight that was delayed. There might be some sort of misconnection, whatever. For whatever reason, the flight attendant might not be at the gate on time. And it's rarely the flight attendants. Oh, they just called security for my gate. Not good. All right. So this flight attendant, apparently, who another gate was waiting on for like a half hour. They kept saying, sorry, folks. Why do they need security? They kept saying, sorry, guys, we're delayed. We're waiting for a flight attendant. She'll be here momentarily. It was like 25 minutes, a half hour. Well, she got up to go to work this flight, and it turns out that she's the flight attendant that they've been calling for. All right. I think boarding's going to start. All right. I'm not boarding yet. So she ran over there, but unfortunately, and they were like, well, yay, she's here. It was awkward. I feel really bad for the flight attendant, but we all make those sort of mistakes once in our careers. So I hope that was her once. All right? All right, we'll be boarding momentarily. So I will talk to you later. I'm watching Ghostbusters Afterlife. Watching Matrix, whatever the fourth movie was. And now watching Spider-Man No Way Home. Alright guys, hi. So I made it back to Las Vegas. That flight was a mixed bag. Good because the seats were very comfortable. I got an exit row. I watched 3 movies and part of a documentary. So that was all great. The difficult part were the passengers sitting next to me. They all pulled out multiple bottles of tequila. The door hadn't closed yet, and they're all sitting in the emergency exit row, and they're pulling out like 2 and 3 minis of tequila each. And just as they pulled them out, the flight attendant working mid-cabin walked by, and I met her eyes, and I was like, look over there, you know, like Lassie trying to tell, you know, look over here, come over here. And so she saw them, and she stopped that cold, politely, but she stopped it cold. And I was talking to one of the other flight attendants. Apparently, they didn't serve those people alcohol. They wanted to know how many shots they brought with them. And I don't know what the policy is, but they did not serve them any more alcohol, although I did see them drinking. So I don't know, whatever. They were not the classiest of people. They did see me as being a narc because I guess one of them saw me looking at the flight attendant. So they had a few words to say to me as they were leaving, and that's okay. That's okay. I was about to go home. Oh, did I tell you? Oh, we landed and there was no gate. There's no gate. We waited an hour on the tarmac for a gate to open up. So we did that, and I was just about to head out, get to my car, and I realized I have to go back to my crew room and call our supervisor on duty and return the borrowed device that I borrowed, and then pick up my own device. So the day isn't over yet. It's been a mess, but I'm glad to be home. Whew. Hey guys, hi. So my device is back in my hands. The loaner is back in the crew room, so that is good. My responsibilities are absolved. The last time I used a loaner device, I went all the way home, pulled into the garage. You might remember this. Pulled into the garage and then realized, oh, darn it, I had to drive all the way back to the airport, go through security, blah, blah, blah. But I remembered this time, so I'm very happy. So coming back to the car, I was just complaining probably. And I heard, and it was a clip I'm not going to keep for this video. And I heard this little voice from behind me saying, "Are you Stephen Pereira?" And she said it the right way too. And I turned, and it was this lovely young woman. And she's up on an elevated space behind me, like Juliet, you know, up on the balcony. And like she's like, "Oh, I'm one of your subscribers." And I was like, "Oh, that's so nice." And her name is Claire, and that got me thinking, of course, oh, Claire's one of my favorite names ever, and she knows. She said she watched that video and she was crying in the bathtub when she heard the news about Claire, when she saw the video, and that touched my heart. But what touched my heart even more is someone right after that had that worked for a different airline. I knew it was a flight attendant that worked for another airline, had written a sympathy note, a sympathy card, and given it to one of my coworkers, who would then put it in my V file in the crew room. It was her. That was the flight attendant who wrote that little sympathy note. And it really chokes me up just thinking about, like, the care and consideration that I get from you guys. And I was telling her this too. You know, it's funny. She's like, she got emotional when she saw me get the car, you know, and I was telling her that it's so weird that so many people I've known for 20, 30 years don't get emotional when good things happen to me. They're happy for me, but they don't, you know, seem to feel it as some of you do who have never met me. and how I was telling her how grateful I am for her and for you, for the care and consideration that you give me when you've never met me in person. You know, it's just this YouTube channel that you know. And I am so grateful every day for you guys. You really have changed my life and opened up different vistas for me that I may not have and opened up lines of insight that I might not have achieved or reached without you guys, you know. So thank you so much for watching not only this video but others, and following along with me, I should say, on this journey of mine, you know, be it a cat video, a Goodwill video, pottery, or just whatever regular flight attendant content. So blah blah blah, you know, I'd say it. I need to let you go because I am way overtired and so hungry I can hardly describe it. I ate a slim little thin Cuban sandwich at the Newark airport, and I had 2 eggs and a piece of toast for breakfast yesterday. This morning, yeah, I don't even know. So I need to eat, go see my cats, and go to sleep. So thank you so much. I will talk to you again very soon. Fly safe.